YouTube, it is time for the OCG ban list update, and Konami has control of Macedol and OCG. That may sound redundant because it's the same company, but with the TCG ban list, they have nothing to do with Macedol. The people that work at TCG have no idea what new cards are coming out. They don't know what the ban list is going to be like. So our ban list at Macedol is more closely tied to the OCG itself. Are you ready? Well, first, I am running a tournament on twitch.tv/Dcade, and apparently we're eating some good food here. So hop on over as we're going to have new leaks for the April pack, multiple leaks, and a great tournament. Do not miss out on that. Now, without further ado, let's see what the tier list looks like in OCG, TCG, and Master Duel. Right now, Snake Eye is dominating in Master Duel. And if we switch on over to TCG, Snake Eye is dominating in TCG. If we switch on over to OCG, Snake Eye in the top two. Fire King is essentially a Snake Eye's deck. So in all three formats, we have the Snake Eye cards at the absolute top dominating, and none of them are hit. So we are suspecting and hoping that maybe this OCG ban list will guide us on how your Snake Eye's investment will be hit in Master Duel. Will it show that? Let's find out. Let's go right into the ban list. Boom. All right. We're going to start from the top to the bottom. Newly unlimited Summon Sorceress. Wait, this is also getting an errata. Huh? I am not familiar with this card, but it's a nice looking card. Okay, very, very nice. Let me zoom in even more. Wow, beautiful. And the old text, let's read the errata. So let's see. You can only use this effect's name once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you could special summon a monster from your hand and defense to your opponent's zone this card points to, but negate its effects. Okay, so it points forward. It will summon a monster from your hand onto your opponent's field. Then you could special summon one monster with the same type as that monster from your deck in defense, but negate its effects. And if you do that, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except monsters with the same original type as that monster summoned from the deck. What is the new effect? I think that's the new effect, the restriction on you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn. I think that was the newly added effect. And all right, I did not play when this is a broken card. I don't think it's even in Duel Links, so I'm not familiar with what's going on here. And I don't think anyone is going to be familiar with the new change until it actually happens. All right, let's keep on going. But that's something that will definitely happen in Master Duel then. So look out for this if you were a fan of this. Moving on, Gursu, the Orcust Mech Knight. Now, if we look at this, it is fully unlimited in all three formats. So they are just behind the curve on this. They are now catching up. All right, that's great. This is not really going to give us any guidance on Master Duel, which is what we want to focus on with this ban list. Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm, same thing as Gursu. They're behind the curve. They're unlimiting this as it is in every other format. Let's keep on going. Rite of Erismir. This card is still semi-limited in Master Duel. It is now unlimited in OCG. Does that mean that it could become unlimited in Master Duel? I am going to be looking real quick at Adventurer, and we switch on over to OCG. Look at that. Gryphon Rider is banned. And because this is banned, we can't really say that Rite of Erismir is more likely to become unlimited in Master Duel because this card's banned in OCG. So this means nothing for us. I can't believe this card's banned. That's insanity. If you switch on over to TCG, fully unlimited. So again, this is not going to be real helpful for us. Infernity Launcher from 2 to 3. They're the first one on, they're leading the pack on this one. This is something we could finally, out of all these changes, including the Sorceress Girl, this is something we can expect. So if you are an Infernity enjoyer, an Infernity player, this is something you will be excited for, as we had it semi-limited. It looks like we semi-limited it in Master Duel. It didn't do well. Because it didn't do well, they said, okay, it's okay to unlimit it in OCG. So thanks to the Master Duel players not cooking with Infernity, you got this unlimited. All right, nice. Let's keep on going. Change of Heart. I've been saying that this card should go to 3 and more cards like it in Master Duel because we are best of 1, not best of 3 with the side deck. Side deck is your 15-card side that you could put in for game 2 and 3. And now this is at 3 in OCG. Very well done. Take control of the monster. Do whatever you want with it until the end phase. Of course, you'll probably link off with it or just win the duel with it. Very well done. I don't know how broken this will be for the side deck. Let's see. If we switch on over to the side deck tier list, No Change of Heart in the top of TCG. And what about Change of Heart over here? I do not see it. So it looks like it's okay to go at 3. Look at that. They have Heavy freaking Storm in the side deck. Ain't no way. Okay, cool. Newly semi-limited. IB, the World Chalice. We're still talking about Unlimits here. This card is still banned in Master Duel. I showcased a 1-card combo where this will help out a deck like Dragon Link, but it looks like ever since it became unbanned in TCG and OCG, it has not been doing. Oh, hey, Rocket. 100% of Rocket decks are. Wait, Rocket and Dragon Link are a little bit different. World Chalice are playing it. Infernoble a little bit, 20%. What does a Rocket deck look like playing this? Something like this. I guess that is a Rocket looking deck. Okay, nice, interesting. That's kind of okay. Well, wait. That's September 2019. Oops. That's a long time ago. So this is what the deck looks like back then. There's no recent decks that are really abusing it besides these 3. These are the only 3 decks that were recently abusing the deck. Hopefully my camera's not blocking the deck list here. There you go. So if this comes out in Master Duel, you know that these are the 3 decks. We used to call Dragon Link Rocket. That's what happened here. Okay. Now, let's go on back to the tier list. SP Little Knight. What? This is, I believe, the most played card in the entirety of TCG. If we open up the search here and we take this off, most played, number 1. This is sorted by popularity. If we switch on over to OCG, it's the 3rd most played. But it being semi-limited, what does that even do? Let's read this. Let's click on over to this. It's mostly being used at 2, 1, 2, 1. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Who's even playing it at 3? What? SP Little Knight at 3? No one's really even doing that. I think I saw a voiceless voice deck list that I think it maybe just fell off here for relevance that was actually playing it at 3. I do think that this is tied to maybe Pot of Extravagance, randomly banishing your I guess you can't load 3 of them in your extra deck and then not randomly banish all copies now. And now it's greatly increased with only 2 copies of Little Knight. This card is going to be in every single deck. It is nuts. So, we'll talk about this card later when it's closer to be coming out in Master Duel. It's going to be a good time. All right, let's scroll on back down. That just made no freaking sense from Konami. No one's really playing this at 3 already. Okay. It's just them telling us that they have their eye on it. Okay, it's an OCG type of limit. It probably means it's going to 1 next ban list, right? So it's a warning shot, just letting you know to not overinvest in this card as it's about to go to 1. That's probably what that just means. Fire King, Avatar, Kieran. Well, we just looked at the tier list and we saw that this is the Master Duel one. That Fire King is a top deck in OCG and in TCG. And if we click on the deck type, how many Kierans are they playing in total? So Kieran over here. They are, some are playing it at 3. So this is the TCG stats. We have 26% at 3, mostly played at 2. What about OCG? In OCG, they're mostly playing it at 3. So it's a little bit of a meta difference here. The biggest difference between the OCG and TCG meta is that Maxi exists. So they much rather prefer this at 3 than 2. And now you have to play it at 2, just like TCG players. Okay, interesting. Avatar Kieran, and we haven't even seen this card yet, so maybe soon, maybe soon. Snake Eyes Ash from 3 to 2. A lot of people are talking about this card being the main focus of a ban list hit. I'm thinking that this card could possibly be limited to 1. And Konami went halfway there. They went to semi-limited. Instead of limiting this to 1, we got it down to 2. This is the first Snake Eyes hit among all 3 metas where we otherwise have been in the dark on what they would do with the deck. So if you're about to invest in Snake Eyes, know that potentially this card could get hit. I do think even if they were to hit Snake Eyes, which they're going to announce a ban list this week for Master Duel, and they may announce a Snake Eyes hit on it. I'm not sure if it's still in the shop. I think the deck would still be good. Even with this card being semi-limited, even it being limited to 1, I still think the deck is super top tier. They'd have to do a lot more than that. And then also we have unreleased cards like Bonfire that are still going to come out at some time. Let's keep on going. Kaiser Colosseum, banned in TCG, limited to 1 in Master Duel. And now it went from 3 to 2. Who is even abusing this card right now? I remember playing this in Sky Striker in Master Duel. That was a funny time. But otherwise, we have, ooh, Tenpai Dragon is the new deck abusing Kaiser Colosseum. So where's the Kaiser? There, it's in the side deck. So it looks like it is a side deck inclusion for them abusing. And this player's only playing 2, but this one was playing 3. Okay, interesting. We have Yubel main decking a Kaiser Colosseum. So a bunch of decks we don't even have here. Centurion is main decking triple Kaiser Colosseum. Yeah, so this card's been quite toxic in the OCG meta. It looks like, being included in the, you can't see in the side deck there, right there. Okay, sure. It restricts your opponent to only 1 summon if you control a monster, and it's totally not cool. Back in my day, it was being used and abused with Bujin. Summon 1 Bujin, then they win with Kaiser Colosseum, and you get pissed. What else do we have? Pot of E. They are joining Master Duel in slightly limiting this. All the pots, the relevant ones of Master Duel, are all limited to 1. Okay, so just dropping this to 2. Nothing really to say here. Now down to newly limited. Okay, they're joining the pack, joining the Master Duel meta, where Tidal hasn't really been doing anything in Master Duel, but they were still careful. Maybe they're thinking that Master Duel players aren't smart enough to abuse Tidal. Could that be the case? Because why did this card not go from 0 to 3? If we have it at 3 in Master Duel, and it doesn't matter. We switch on over to the Master Duel stats here. Ice Jade, Mermail Atlantean, this is nothing. What are they afraid of? Why are they being such cowards about this card? From 0 to 1, huh? Okay, let's keep on going. The reason is Ice Barrier is an okay deck in the OCG currently. Okay, so the new Ice Barrier cards are something that can be abused with Tidal, is what my chat is saying. Okay. Wanted Seeker of Sinful Spoils. Besides Snake Eyes Ash, we also have another hit on Snake Eyes, but not really Snake Eyes specifically. This is the Diablo Star engine. Holy moly, limited to 1. Now, this is something we could expect for Master Duel, and that is huge. It's being used and abused in so many different decks. Ain't no way. Snake Eyes 100% at 3. Fire King 96% at 3. No one's playing it at 2 or 1. They're playing it at 3. They want this at 3. 3, 3, 3. It searches, it draws, it returns cards back in the deck, even from being banished. It is disgusting, and I guess something we should expect to possibly get limited in Master Duel. Snake Eyes Ash and Wanted, those are the big cards. All right, let's keep on going. That's huge. That is huge. There can be only 2 is now there can only be only 1 across the board. The card did make sense that there can only be 1 of it, and now it makes more sense. There can only be 1 in every single format now. Very good. Toxic card, not good, not fun. Let's keep on going. Oh, by the way, Runic is alive and well in other formats. So you have Runic in TCG. They just be happy about Master Duel. Okay, look at this. We have this is relevant to there could be only 1 because this deck abuses it. Triple skill drain, almost all fully unlimited on the Runic cards. We click on over to OCG. It's also doing well there. They have triple card demise where this card is banned in Master Duel. They do have skill drain limited to 1, but thankfully this is not doing much in Master Duel. In a best of 1 format, this is not okay to exist, but in a best of 3 with side deck, with the most popular side deck cards being things like Cosmic Cyclone, probably for the Runic reason, a very good one, and Lightning Storm, Harpy Feather Duster, Cosmic Cyclone being #1 side deck in both TCG and OCG. That is really interesting. I'm thinking maybe for OCG, they're also Cosmic Cycloning the Tenpai field spell that makes them unaffected. That's a big play too. Okay, very nice, very nice. Oh, that's the full changes. Limited to 1, semi-limited, and unlimited fully on the screen here. Is there anything else to really say? For TCG, the Kieran hit would not really mean much because the majority are already playing it at 2. The Ash going to 2 is a slight tap on the wrist. A much bigger hit is the Wanted Seeker Sinful Spoils, which now the deck goes from 16 turn 1 starters to now 14, right? That's not that. Like, we look at this deck here. You could open with Ash, 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 Wanted, 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 Diablo Star, Diablo Star, Diablo Star, Bonfire, Bonfire, Bonfire. Those are all incredible 1-card starters. The Bonfire we don't even have yet. So if you are sick of Snake Eyes, Bonfire makes the deck even more consistent. But maybe you could even argue that Maybe the deck gets hit more susceptibly to Droll and Lockbird, yeah? Bonfire comes out, they Bonfire, search Ash, you Droll them, GG. Maybe. Droll will go up once this card comes out. And yeah, so there you go. Very nice, very interesting. That is the ban list. We are on twitch.tv/DK. I don't know why this ad's still playing. What the heck? We're not playing any ads throughout the entire stream. I'll see you on Twitch. We have new leaks of the April pack from Macedol, and we are out.